Yo, how is everybody doing? I mean, I know how Italy's doing. Um, I don't know if my mic is. I think it's working because of the visualization. Well, not the visualization. The audio visualizer is working. So I just hope it's working. I'm gonna actually keep this like a little bit on the low. I don't know if that's a good audio for the vault. I can't speak. It's been a minute. I'm a little bit rusty at this whole commentating thing. I'm also sick. I'd like that as a prerequisite. I am sick, so as is something that I've been fighting for a few days. But anyway, let's not focus on our sorrows. ROBA Scrim. Um, there's there's a lot of things that y'all are gonna see and be like, what the frick is happening? And I get it, but the thing is, I've been with these bots for quite a bit. As soon as the last season ended, I was already getting new bots, so I have known these bots for a little bit, and everything I'm doing, I've seen for quite a bit. This is not new to me at all, so it's gonna be weird telling people, oh yeah, what just happened to my voice? Like, all of my stuff that I've been working on it for like 2 months, immediately after the season ended. Hopefully my PC carries through with this live stream because it's probably like exploding repulsively right now. Two new teams? A lot of new teams. Um, there, as you can see, we have two new teams today. It is the rebranded Aviators, new Poverty franchise alert, and Pheonix, which I actually did a couple practice matches by myself, just like seeing, oh, these bots work, and I didn't always, but I put colors on them, and anytime I put the Pheonix colors on, they'd always win like 20-0, and I'd be like, how did this happen? The teams are balanced. I don't understand. Phoenix colors might be too good. Is it meta to be forest green? I don't know. You tell me, but I wouldn't say it's a new season. I would say it's off season. I would say it's like the off season scrim time. Like if you've watched Fortnite or played Fortnite, like competitively, they do these scrims, and it's just like okay, you get it's basically like real competitive games with a lot to play for, except you just get to practice against people. That was like jumbled of words. I don't know what I'm talking about. But basically it's just we play like it's a pro game, but there's really nothing on the line. So like a preseason game, except the preseason's too far away to call it that. Yeah. Um, Random ROBA fact: the ROBA draft will be held February 10th. Now, I think why I did that is because the NHL draft was like 102 days away from the actual season starting. So I just did that because I want y'all to get acquainted with these players being on the teams and scrimmages commonly going down maybe like every weekend maybe. Weekends will be kind of hard for me to do, but as soon as summer hits, I'll be definitely free on the weekends. These bots are just finishing getting their rims and like stuff ready for this scrimmage here. Sure, okay. Um, but yeah, I did have to get some rims on them like last few seconds. So, oh shoot, I was supposed to do that 20 minutes ago. But behind the scenes, I don't think a lot has happened with ROBA. Like, of course, new UI, new teams. I've seen these teams a while. I've known them for a bit. New teams, new players. There's 50 players. Fun fact: all these players will have numbers, which means all of them are draft eligible. New team logos, yes. Fisher's Freight, that is not a football, that is a gate. Baltimore just has a new logo. I think it looks more meta. Um, the Green Bay Blizzard, they're super aggressive. They like to get in your face. Well, at least that's how their coaching philosophy is. Harrisburg, defense as always. They will draft 3 goalies and win the league totally. I want that to go through. I want that to happen. Harrisburg winning the ROBA ship. Um, Henderson, they're a balanced team. Same thing with Pheonix, which is the Razorbacks. the one that kind of looks like a K. No, it's an R. Knoxville got a new logo. I think it just looks again more cool. Bro, I got a cough, but like it's not happening. Got my hand on the mute button. Like I totally have a big red button I press on my wall. That's just like okay, mute. But I haven't had to use it yet this stream because I've missed my opportunities to use it. The River Cats have stayed the same, and I think they're the only team outside of Harrisburg that hasn't changed. But that's all the changes that have happened with the teams. Outside of the River Cats getting a new redesign, I wanted to put new teams in. I totally didn't randomize the teams and then say, okay, these are playing, but I wanted to see how the teams would play against each other, just like their colors and stuff, how they meshed. And Henderson only has one jersey, so any team you see against them will have their colors on, fun fact. But it seems like the players are ready to go. I'm personally ready to go. Well, not really, but that's the only way I'll be ready is if I just force myself to do it. That's a cool bug fact. You have to do things. Just you have to. Like you can't just wait to do things because you're never going to truly be ready for that thing. You just have to bite the bullet and go. Boom. I'm ready, but also not. Sort of thing. But I do wonder how this has turned out. I'm very excited. I still have to get that banner up on my wall for the Baltimore Bay Sox championship roster. I don't know how I'm going to do that. If any of y'all know how to do that, hit me up. I don't have a printer. I want to get a printer, but that's just not how the cookie crumbles. I think it'd be too small because I want to show y'all on the Discord. We have a Discord, by the way. I'll put it in like next season or in the messages, probably in the posts on YouTube. Y'all will see the Discord. I post updates there and a ton of things because I'm very active on Discord personally. I think y'all can take that in a way or two. I don't know who to cheer on for this scrim. Do you want me to tell you something real quick? I actually have a list of good versus bad teams. I've done this for my entire life with like NFL teams, random teams for pro sports. I've always like labeled them good or bad. Like the Boston Bruins, they're like evil villains. Don't worry about that if you're a Boston Bruins fan. Y'all are pretty much fine. The Canadians are good, but they're also bad. Like, I don't like the Canadians in hockey. Montreal Canadiens, if you're their fans, watch out. I don't want to be near you at all. Terrible generalization. They're probably great people. I just don't like the Canadians very much. So I'll go through the lineup from left to right. The Baltimore Bay Sox, they are good. The Fisher's Freight, they are also good. The Green Bay Blizzard, they are bad. Harrisburg, they are good. Henderson, they're a bad team. Not like bad as in skill-wise, but just like where they stand, they are a bad team. Knoxville is like Mario levels of good. Their main character energy good, but sadly they're a poverty franchise. Pheonix is also a evil team. Same thing with the Rampage and River Cats. They are both the villains. And Tacoma is the last good team, which is the R logo. The Raiders. I think they've been the quietest team. I haven't seen like anything happen with those, and that's why I wanted to get the new franchises in, so y'all could see like, oh, they have a little bit of personality. I don't know what that noise was. Well, I do know what a noise is. I just had a voice issue. Voice issue. But yeah, these are not the official rosters. I do want to say that right now. This is just, we got some of the bots in. We're like, hey, do you want to do a scrim? They said, yeah. And we put them on these teams, got them in the custom rims, and they are ready to go. And so is the crowd here. And they're just about getting set for kickoff, as I say. I have to actually boot up studio mode in OBS to get ready for this. But yeah, just, I don't know who I would want to root for. Henderson has history. Like, Henderson is the Aviators. Could the Bay Sox potentially pull a second win? With their new team, I'm not sure. I feel like there's going to be a curse where once you win an RLBA championship, you don't win again. I will prove myself later on. I cannot rig this in any way, shape, or form, by the way. I want to say that. If I did rig this, I would tell you in like the Discord over some like secret messaging, but I do not rig this. I want to say that enough. I don't even know how I would do that. Like, oh, let me put all the best team players on this team, which kind of is how the Baysox won it back in that former season. But I just like didn't know the players very well. Nobody did, and so we just kind of threw them on different teams. They're like, oh, well, they're 6-1. But yeah, all the new team logos, they will be at the top of the thing. Yeah, the bots are weird. Oh wait, shoot. I have a graphic that I want to show y'all before this game starts because they're taking quite a while to get ready for the kickoff. Here is the starting rosters for tonight's game, and you might see some recognizable faces from last year if you were there. For the Henderson Silver Knights at F1, we have number 72, Dread. He likes to hit balls in the air. He told me he copies off of King's playstyle a lot, except he likes to play more defensively. And 29, R2, he's also a rookie. He likes to hit balls just out of the zone. These guys really hate when the ball is in their zone, and I guess that is good. And Anchor, he likes to play goalie. He likes to do that. That's your starting roster for the Henderson Silver Knights. Moving on to the Pheonix roster, we have Mystic. Mystic likes to be on the ball 24/7. You will see her a lot. And yes, Mystic is the second female bot somehow we have in this league. Zastler, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I think Krabby Crab sent me that bot. Zastler, he's the same deal. He likes to hit balls and likes to get a lot of touches on him. New Black, really good goalie. He can just chuck the ball into the other team's zone and still somehow score. I love seeing that from that dude. Well, you've seen the rosters. You've seen my take on it. Let's cut to the dang chase. You know the drill at this point. I am Tetro, and this is the ROBA Scrims Edition. Alright? Okay. Okay, hopefully everything is working and we are off. It is quite quiet. Okay, no, I just messed something up in my thing. Hopefully everybody's working fine. On my screen they are. Let me actually move to... Oh, they don't have name tags. There we go. You can see... Oh, goodness. I really hope there's no issues with this Scrim Edition. I really hope there's no issues with the game. I really can't control those. You see Mystic getting on the ball there. You know, pre-game we talked about the ball chasers, and they definitely are, and Dread just comes in. I don't really know what happened. I was kind of talking about the game, and we already got it started. Zaster seemed to be up for it, and Dread just took full advantage of that opportunity. 1-0. And by the way, if you haven't seen, we have a new rule set that I did not go over because I just kind of rambled on. Very fast-paced this game is. It just turns very fast. All three bots are up for it, and they will get it out. Here's Dread off the touch again. New Black and Zaster. Zaster doing some crap, and Dread will score again. Goodness gracious. Lovely goal. 2-0 from Dread. Here's Anchor to kick it out to get it started once again. Mystic now trying to start something, an empty netter, and, well, that's not what you want to do. You don't want to let the best player on their team get a breakaway. It is not looking good for the Pheonix Razorbacks. I beg to defer, Italy. It is looking pretty good. Also, as you can see, the bird's eye view there. It's not very visible, but it definitely is there. I use it sometimes. Anchor will try and get some offense. Not the normal thing you see of your goalie bot, but he does it. I don't know why Anchor does it so much, but he's dang good at it, so let him do it. Mystic getting it over one. R2 is running around in circles and will get it out with a narrow save. You love to see it. The game is glitching out a little bit. Dread will get the touch, maybe for himself. Mystic takes it away. Shot off the backboard, pass to Zaster, and Zaster to put one away in the back of the net. Maybe a comeback looming. Pass off the backboard, and that's where you're going to see a lot of this season. Zaster, aggressive as all heck, and this is 2-2. My PC's not having a good time running this up. Zaster leaves it up for New Black. Maybe not what we want to do, but they're going to get it out. Lovely play. Here's a shot off the left post, and that's going to go in. There's nobody back. Unfortunate. Anchor is not anchoring it down. I see now. And they took full advantage of that. Maybe they were stalling, so they pushed on the forecheck, and they did a magnificent job of that. Pheonix letting the opponents know, look, we're here, and we're here to freaking play. We went down early, and now we're going to be up, and they're not planning on freaking losing this lead, so I'd like to see how they play. Dread going to get it out. All of these players on the Henderson practice team have to play just more aggressive, but also they have to play defense. They have to play 200-foot game consistently. And they don't do it as Anchor pushes, and Zaster gets another goal. As my PC overloads and says encoding overloaded, as I just coined, and they are genuinely laying it on them 4-2. Zaster is really playing a good game today. Dread is doing his job, but he needs some other teammates, you know? R2 to hit it up. And they will get it in the corner. Now it's going to be in the straight other corner. R2 takes a shot off the left post. His name is based off of R2D2, if you're wondering. Here's a shot by Pheonix. I don't really know who he was. He was going way too fast. Here's a shot by Zaster and a hat trick. Actually, no, I don't think that was a hat trick. No, he's got 4 goals. He already has a hat trick. Zaster, magnificent. And what we'd expect, bar down, 57 miles per hour, puts it away. My PC is low-key kind of exploding right now. Hopefully it can push through this. I do have to turn down my settings on my stream, so we might go back to 60 FPS. Here's Dread tapping it for Zaster. Zaster gonna whiff. Dread gonna get that hat trick that he may need for Henderson to come back. Gets it over Zaster. Zaster, he has boost. He really does not want to use it. And as the F2, he's just put away so many goals for him. He gave him a really good cushion, but he's got to play more defense. Immediately in the Pheonix zone. You're going to tap it in the corner. Not where you want to be if you're Henderson. Mystic. Pass it up straight into the zone. Dread to get it out. These Henderson players really have to play, I guess, just better game defensively. They have to lock it up there, and they also have to be playing very fast as well to catch up with this Pheonix team. R2 just literally tapping the ball forward. Here's Dread. Maybe off the double touch. Right post. Goodness. And Anchor's going to try and get something. Here's R2 now. Going to keep it to the wall. Here's Anchor now. Literally watching the ball roll in. He thought he'd get a squeaky one there. Anything but. Here's a shot by New Black, and he scores! Didn't really flip into that one, but I don't think he needed to. Got it on the corner, and I told you he scores full court goals. Did I lie? No. That was the fastest goal I've ever seen. Face off won by Henderson. It's just looking pretty bad for them, but well, it's looking pretty bad when you're scoring on yourself. New Black. We saw him last season. Scum Class actually personally gave me an upgraded version of New Black, and he has been spectacular. And even in net, he hasn't had to do much, and I expect Henderson to make some changes. 3-7, and make it 3-8. Maybe Mystic off the crossbar. I don't think they really need another one. They're gonna thank their posts to make it a little bit less embarrassing. Shot by Dread. We're gonna need somebody other than Dread to make these plays. This is Mystic. Coming up, this is what we've seen of her in practice. And that's what we've seen of Zazther. And again. And he dinks the post again, and really, they're just laying it on him. 3-8. We thought they were throwing in the early game. Dread really with the 2-0, and then could only get one more. This is not looking good for Henderson. I don't think they can come back from this one, folks. What the heck? That was... Get this guy to a, full ride contract. Amazing fake kickoff, and then just puts it in. It's so Jover. 3-9. We literally won by forfeit. Totally. Zazther. This guy. I didn't even know he was this good. Bot sent in from Krabby Crab. Amazing. What a goal by Zazther. And this match was over as soon as Zazther realized he could hit the ball hard. That speed was insane, and that's what you've come to expect from these bots. Let's look at my cool mouse. That's a pretty cool mouse, right, guys? Alright, well that concludes Game 1. And Game 2 up next. I guess he was really lying about his potential there. There was just so much he didn't show us. The Razorbacks win 9-3 Game 1. And I think I know what Henderson needs to do. They need to play better. I have to fix the kilobytes per second on this stream. It's low-key kind of cooking my PC. My PC hasn't been this hot in ages. Okay. There you go. Apply. Okay. We should be good now. Yeah, thank you for that mouse compliment. Already a crazy first match. Zazther has shown his true potential, and I expect to see some substitutions. Maybe not from Pheonix, but I expect some substitutions for Henderson Silver Knights. I keep stuttering. Razorbacks definitely had that offense, and this will be a thing they look for in the draft. They're looking for talent. They're looking for potential. Zazther has that dang potential. Let's go back to our image here that we referenced, and let's see our rosters and who could technically be moving. I don't think they'd change anybody for Pheonix. I might, like, if I was their manager, I'd keep Anchor in, but I'd take R2 out. He's just not fast enough. And I think I know a guy who's pretty fast. I think it's in his name. I think I know. But let's see what they will do. And just amazing game from Zazther. You see his speed. He just takes it. Beautiful F2 job that he does. Let me go back to the screen I was on. Okay. Just amazing from him. It's just textbook amazing. You can't really do much better than that. And I don't know what the Henderson Silver Knights could do about that. They're going back to the Aviators' ways of losing, and they definitely have to fix that up. I think you don't let the mix of Zazther and Mystic get to them. But how do you do that? Especially in that draft. And this is just a scrimmage, so they're sort of playing for fun, but also playing for bragging rights and for keeps. Sorry about that. Alright. Well, they're they're ready for the kickoff of game number 2 here. Surprised how many new bots you got since the past finals? Yeah. A lot of them, fun fact, don't tell anybody. A lot of them are not reskins, I'd say, but slightly altered versions of bots that are already in the league. But only I know which bots are the same bots. So nobody else knows, and I will not tell anybody for the sake of secrecy. But some of the bots are the same, but they're a little bit tweaked. And I'll let y'all figure out who those are, like which bots are slightly altered versions of each other. And it's kind of a little bit of a detective game going on, but a lot of them are new. Zassler's new, hamburger cheese salad, Mako, new black, the updated version, Element, Zarnok, Nexto. I know I have them in the bot pack, I just didn't use them. Dread is also new. All this contributed to the game getting faster and just better. You also have a bot as per your recommendation. New black definitely play better, and I definitely see that now. And they're definitely getting ready for the kickoff now. I was a little bit late to that. And I hope the Henderson Silver Knights come back stronger. They need to show their fans something. Mystic, I'd say they had a pretty good game. I mean, Zazzler carried, but would they play as good if Mystic wasn't there? A-bot likes to fly a lot. That's a given. Grass is green statement. Sometimes it does work in favor. They can do like crazy double touches and stuff like that. Okay. And we are off for game number 2 here. And Henderson looking to start things off. We've made a change, it seems. Speedbot is substituted for R2, just like I said. So they made the adjustment. And Henderson looking to play maybe a little bit of a slower yet also faster game in their zone. They need to do that, and they also have to get it out. And that's not seemed to be working. Match 2 started off disastrously. First few seconds, 30 seconds actually, pretty much. And Anchor with a little bit of a fumble, and New Black gets into that scrum and comes out victorious. 1-0 Pheonix. Alright. Zassler coming in off of an incredible Game 1 performance. Let's see how he does Game 2. Will he hold that same heat? Here comes Mystic. Off of the backboard, and Dread will get it out. Here he comes. Off the rush. Gets past Mystic. And saved by New Black. Maybe he's shaping up to have a great game. Mystic off his car, straight to the net, and that will be off. Speedbot will be up. The ball will roll to the right post and save. Speedbot will demo Zazzler maybe a little bit of time as they both double up on the ball. Does that get it extra speed? I don't know. Anchor with a shot and he scores! 1-1 and maybe a glimpse of hope for Henderson. They were all piled up. Mystic tried to get it out with that spinning flick she does, and it didn't work. Anchor took that opportunity in that soft spot we talked about last season. He seizes it. 1-1. Maybe they have a chance. Here's Mystic to try and gobble that chance up. Straight pass saved by Anchor, and he's shaping up to be better than New Black as they are both goalie bots. Both of the goalies have 1 goal. How is this possible? I don't know. Here's Speedbot to get it out. There's that newcomer coming in. That's why you need backups, and that's why I changed that rule. Where instead of 1 10-minute long game, it's going to be 3 5-minute long games. Best of 3. If one team wins both the games, we don't have to play a third one, but if it comes down to it, we might play a third one. I don't know why they're both flipping. That was a bad decision. Here comes Mystic, and now Zaster. Anchor passing it on, maybe first teammate. Zaster intercepts it. Here's Noob Black. Dread to keep it up in the air. Noob Black sucks at that. Zaster and Mystic both whiff. All three Henderson players playing in a triangle. Here's Dread to kick it out. Maybe for his man. No, Anchor's going to get it. Here's a shot. Scored! Anchor with 2! What a close game we have now. I mean, I wouldn't say it so soon, but just a bad play from Pheonix. And again, it's not even about skill anymore in this league. It's about positioning and small mistakes. And I think that was a pretty noticeable mistake there. It's going to be up and out from Noob Black. He will try and pass it to Zaster. Zaster doesn't do a good job at collecting that though, but he gets it off the wall and he scores! Right in the neutral zone, Zaster, he did not like me calling it a close game, I guess, and nobody going to be there for Henderson, and unfortunate as they double up on Zaster, maybe an attempt to save the goal, and that did not end well. No, it did not. Anchor acting like the underdog he is. One of the last bots that was entered into the league, and he showed that he could play, and now he's showing that he can play even better than expected. Off the wall, here's where the goal that was just scored, and now maybe Dread's looking to do the same thing. Yin Yang. Here he comes off the wall. Here's a pass to the middle, and that's going to go to Zaster out of all people. Off the left post, and Speedbot will put it in. Goodness, he just gets that breakaway. He's going to know how to use it. They're pressuring him all over, and just amazing shot put from Zaster. I don't know how fast that one went, but it's 2-3. As fast as that goal probably went. Anchor cannot carry. Dread has to put some weight on his back as well. And yes, he will! Mic drop! 3-3, and that's what I'm talking about. Putting some weight on your back. What a lovely goal. Bin bang, double tap. Something out of nothing, and Pheonix is distraught. Maybe a kickoff goal. New Black will save it. Here's Speedbot. We're trying to get something. Turns into nothing. Well, at least he got a demo. Love to see it. They apparently have beef with... Everyone has beef with the Pheonix. Apparently nobody likes Pheonix in this league. They're pretty sweaty. A touch goes into the Pheonix zone. New Black will clear it. Told you he likes clearing it pre-game. You see it right there. Here's a shot by Zaster off the corner. And Dread will save that. Here's Mystic as the quality drops on my live stream. Backboard, Anchor trying to get it. Zaster, all three members of the Pheonix practice squad will try and get the goal. Nobody here. Here's off the neutral zone. Dread with the shot off the right post. Here's a rebound. Scott scored! Dread! What a beautiful play off the two buffed shots from the Pheonix Razorbacks. I can't speak. And he will just take it. Neutral zone shot scored. And with no goalie, he seizes that opportunity. In their own zone, here's Zaster. Speedbot banging up Zaster again. I don't know why he loves to do that. Pass for Dread. Dread's going to keep it in. Straight for Speedbot. Speedbot's going to try and demo Mystic. Here's a shot by Dread. Score! Lovely. Amazing team play. Titillating team play. Goodness. New Black. Just a second too late on the jump, and that's going to cost him. Here we go after kickoff. Into the neutral zone now. 30 seconds left to play in a 2-0 deficit. They're going to whiff again. Here's Mystic. Trying to get something started. Here's New Black off the corner of the post. That would have been a goal. New Speedbot save. That's going to be in the air. Straight for Zaster. Zaster's going to leave it up. Maybe for Mystic. That's going to be caught by Henderson. Well, maybe not caught, but they've been so good at handling that ball. Whoa. All the pass for Zaster, and they're going to score empty net. 5-4. Substitution very needed. Maybe for both sides. Just left it. That would have been a beautiful pass for Zaz. Their bro tried to hit a clip. Did not work. 5-4, 8 seconds left. Henderson needs to hold on here. Gonna fake off the kickoff. That was a terrible shot. Here's Speedbot. Zaster. Whiffs on that. Here's Mystic. Dread needs to put it down here. Otherwise, we go to overtime. Here's Mystic. One more time. Dread off the shot. Trying to get one more goal. And it's going to go off. And he was right there. Silver Knights. 5-4. All Octane team. That's going to lead to a third game of the freaking session. Lovely. Just absolutely amazing performance after that substitution. That was very needed. Just what a game. This league is turning up. It's super fun to watch, in my opinion. I hope y'all are having just as much fun as I am. I love this, man. Speedbot, he definitely played like a team player. Man got zero goals, 0 assists, 0 saves, 1 shot. But he definitely contributed to that victory. Without him, they definitely would have won that. They needed that substitution. New Black did not play alright. I think it was Mystic that did poorly, but I think they need her just to keep the play up. That beautiful play by Dread, all of that was amazing. Did y'all see that in the starting soon screen? It would say like Harrisburg versus Baltimore. I think I was testing something out, so sorry for the minor inconvenience. But just what a play! Like, these bots are turning up next level. Wait, how long was my mic muted for? Wait. Well, I don't care. My mic is back on now. I knew it was there when we started. But, just amazing performance from Dread. That goal, like, that double touch off of nothing. Amazing. They're taking a minute there. They're trying to maybe get a substitution for Pheonix as we see the rosters once again. I don't really know. Zaster did not play as good, but I don't think that warrants him subbing out. I don't know who you could change for Henderson. I don't think you want to change anything. And I don't know if Zaster wants to come out after that performance. He had a pretty decent performance. He really carried the team. So I don't think they should take him out, if anything. Especially he was a main momentum builder. Mystic, I think, should be taken out, but they're also their main momentum builders, so. I'm so confused on what they could do here. I'm really at a loss for words. An amazing performance by Henderson. I don't think it was a stroke of luck either. And I think New Black had a pretty good game. He didn't have the best reaction time, I would say. But who do you sub in? Broccoli Bot is really known for getting set up, but with how fast this league is, he's at a severe disadvantage trying to get set up. And then he immediately gets shown up. Especially we saw it against the River Cats and against this really fast team of Henderson. I don't know if he's going to be good against this team. He needs a defensive-ish team where they want to capture and start possession if he wants to do good. Especially with 3 people, you can't really make the jump on that. So it'll be up to them who they want to play. In my personal opinion, I think Henderson will stay with that roster of players. I'm not sure. Though, it could. Is King still with the Bay Sox? Sadly, no. All of the players, they are free agents now, and they will do a draft, which is why I set the draft to a Sunday. Well, Tuesday, I think. If anybody has problems with me having it on Tuesday, let me know. I will change the date. It is not that big of a deal to me, but yeah. all of the players there are now free agents, so all of these are really fighting for a job here. They're just about getting ready to go. They're dusting off their cars a little bit. They're getting pretty dirty out there. Speedbot getting a pat on the back from Dread. I think Speedbot did amazing. He was definitely the reason they won there outside of Dread. Anchor too. Like that entire roster was the reason they won. Nobody was at fault. Unlike last RBA season, all three players are very much needed for you to succeed, at least a little bit. We are going into Game 3 here in the first scrim of the season. Like, that's insane. That's top 10 joyful moments. And it seems like they have taken away New Black. He is going onto the bench, and Airbud will come off of it. As we saw him last year, I know he's a fan favorite among my family. Yeah, they're having to clean their tires, get them slick again because they like to slide around a lot. Creates more power on the ball most of the time. You don't want your car to be super like on the thing. You don't want it like cleats. You want it to be slick so you can fly around because the rockets really what gets you that power. 2-1 or 1-2. Who do you think's going to win? Drop your predictions on chat. I know Italy has been saving my experience here. She's extremely, extremely nice in chatting all the time. Crap, okay. There we go. And they are ready to hit the field. They are all dusted off and ready to go. And I think the play here for Pheonix is, look, we need to have more communication. We got too comfortable last game, and that needs to be a thing we fix up. I'm having fun, man. I'm glad you are. that's what I do this for. But anyway, they are on the field. They are ready to go, and so am I. Game 3 is on now. A shot by Zazthor immediately, and that will get saved by Speedbot. He's going to be up. Zazthor. I don't really know what the message was there, but got to have more communication. Airbud whiffs off of that. Here's Zazthor. Not going to get much. Here's Mystic. Pass. Mystic is going to save his own team a goal. Dread. To pass it to the post, and nothing's going to happen out of that. I don't know what's happening right now. I really don't know what to commentate on. Stretch pass. Anchor's going to deny that. Speedbot's doing some crazy stuff in the air. He's got to get the zoomies out. Trust me. Trust me, I know. I've been there. There's Mystic. Flicks into the crossbar, and 2 Henderson players will come down with it. No changes for Henderson. There's a shot off the right post, and it's going to go off. That's what we've seen out of Zazthor in practice. He's returned to his practice form. Hopefully he can return back to his game day form we saw in Game 1. Seems like he's not been able to get momentum with Speedbot being on him 24/7. Really driving him crazy. Ooh, narrow save by Dread. It's going to be an open net. Here's Zazthor off the corner. What a play. Calculated. Now they're trying to get it out. That's going to be saved. And Mystic will pick it up. 0-0 through a few minutes here. They're really not trying to lose. Airbud getting his first touch of the game, I'm pretty sure. He's been rotating pretty great. Anchor to pass it off. Straight to the neutral zone. Airbud. Be up and at him. Speedbot back on the backboard, maybe for a pass. That's not going to go off the ceiling right. Here's Speedbot still with it up. Top corner, not going to go in. These posts have really not been friendly. Couple minutes been played, not a goal in sight. Maybe something starts here for Pheonix. Now they're playing ping pong, but this is really aggressive ping pong. This is amazing ping pong. As my brother calls it, this is around the world ping pong. If he's watching there, he's definitely gonna text me about that. If he's watching the stream right now, he's definitely gonna text me about that. Alright, here's a shot by Dredd, and dang, the posts! Who gave the post, like, a Big Mac before the third game started? Why did they get so much bigger? Here's a shot by Airbud, and look who it is! The substitute for Pheonix will get the goal with 2 minutes left to play. A pass by Zaster to 2 men, and Anchor can't get up in time. He wasn't even ready for that, I'm pretty sure. And 1-0 Pheonix. Not that they're looking like their game one selves, but they're looking pretty alright. There's a shot by Dredd. Maybe the rebound. No. We'll get that away. Henderson man will keep it in the zone. He will whiff your Speedbot, trying to get it away from Mystic and Zaster. The dynamic duo today. And Airbud, only one with a goal, shockingly, this game. Out of the entire car selection. Can Henderson get a goal back? It's the big question. They will leave it in, but they haven't got many sustained chances there. Pheonix has been playing a way more communicated and chill game here. A lot more positioning. Very laggy going on. The fans are shaking the stadium. Here's a shot by Mystic and scores! Goodness gracious! That is what you want to see out of Mystic. Your star player makes the goal in big time, too. 2-0, 1:17 left to play. Henderson has got to kick it up. They got to start pushing on the gas more. And there's been nobody there for Dredd both times. They've both been trying to play defense. That is not the play when you're down 0-2. Going to be in the Pheonix zone once again. Here's a shot by Dredd off the backboard. Maybe something. They will keep it in. Not enough. Speedbot. 1 minute left to play. Saved by Anchor. Goodness gracious. Be off a body and redirect it towards the net. Airbud will keep it in. Scramble for in front of the net. Anchor's going to try and get it. Dredd's going to try and get it off the corner once again. 30 seconds left to play. They got to start playing more offense here. It's not over, but it's getting close to it. Off the backboard, maybe for somebody. We'll get nobody. Mystic will be there. Mystic getting bumped by his own teammate. Looks like they already knew they won, and yep, they will. And Zaster just to get one more salt on the wound. Goodness gracious. This man, he is a menace. I don't expect him to get drafted first overall, but I do expect him to get drafted high. Look out for that guy. Gets MVP again. Just amazing performance all game long. GG's. It's been like the longest stream I've had on this channel. And this is seeming to be how long the streams will be. And I'm excited. This poses an interesting thing for the rest of the RLBA. I think the Razorbacks played insanely well. That is something I've seen. In that roster change, very needed. All the players did amazing. And the player of the match will 100% go to Zaster. No question about it. Almost an hour we're reaching. And pretty much an hour because I was supposed to start at 9, so it would have been an hour. But what a performance from the Razorbacks. Not something to frown upon if you're a Silver Knights fan. But they just got beat. They had more depth, personally, on the Razorbacks. And they didn't want to change much. For for the Silverbacks, not the Gorillas, the Silver Knights. They didn't want to change much. They had it going, and Pheonix made that quick change and substitution for Airbud, and that was very nice. Zasther put himself on the board. There he is. It's Zasther. I'd say maybe a late first-round pick or an early second-round pick. Definitely. He's going to be one to fear. And, of course, these teams are not perfectly balanced because the draft hasn't happened, but I hope to balance some more teams for the next scrimmage, and next scrimmage won't be for a while. Do not count on that. I hope to get like 5 scrimmages off before the regular season starts, or at least before the draft starts. So there's going to be a lot over winter break, so stay tuned for that. Maybe we'll see some snow games, and maybe some in between, maybe on the weekends if I have time, but I'll let y'all know in advance on the Discord. I will drop it in the YouTube posts. Well, that pretty much does it all. I hope y'all enjoyed. I think y'all did, given the feedback I've had from Italy. Italy is my like, I don't like poster viewer. Like, this is, if you're a viewer of the ROBA, this is how I want you to act, okay? You have to be this hyped for all of the games. In the regular season, we will have these things called primetime games. We'll slowly release more information because I don't have enough time. We're almost hitting an hour. The viewers are leaving Tetra. We have to hurry up. But it's gonna be. I'm like thinking about my thoughts here, but it's gonna be a Saturday night game usually, if I have time. When the post, by the way, as soon as the stream's done. I'm surprised I didn't send you an invite. You were like the only person on my Discord DMs. Like, now I made an entire Discord for it just for announcements. But Saturday night games, I don't know what I'm going to do different, but they're going to be called primetime games because, you know, most people are free on a Saturday, not necessarily on the weekdays, even if it's summer. So Saturday night primetime games, I'll try and get each team in there for like one slot, maybe. I know not all teams will fit. Well, maybe, but I'll try and get most of the teams in there. Some teams might have repeat appearances in prime times, but I do recommend, if you're not going to be a regular viewer of the ROBA, just watch the primetime games. They're probably going to be more entertaining. I might have some special guests or something on, just to make it more entertaining. Even if I try my hardest during the weekdays, it's not going to be as many viewers or something. But that does it for the ROBA live stream today. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I hope y'all enjoyed. I will see y'all later. Maybe, I don't know. I will let y'all know on the Discord server. Join the freaking Discord server. I don't even know how a manager would work, Italy. I'll talk to you about it when we get there, but I'll see y'all next time. But until then, I have been Tetro, and this has been the ROBA. Good night, everybody.
Can't strike so cold on any given day. I'll take it all.